guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena and this is Library of Diamonds, and I need to adjust my light a little bit. Oh, there's that. Perfect. Yes, in today's video we have a WIP and chat. I already have this section started, mainly because this whole row I'm doing it like an all-in-one type of situation, except for the kitty's face. I'm working on Diamonds Are Girl's Best Friend, and I'm hoping that I might be able to finish this today. I'm not entirely sure yet, but at least all the surrounding parts of the kitty I know I'm gonna be able to finish. But yes, hello, how are you? I hope that you are having a great start of your week. For me, it's Monday today, actually. And yeah, I already did some stuff to be, a little bit productive. And now it's time to record a YouTube video. I wanted to do this one yesterday, but I didn't get to it. And yesterday, I actually didn't do my ASMR video. I love doing them, but I, like every time that I sat down to record it, I swear there were dogs barking in the background and it was just so annoying. But yeah, so yeah, let's start a little bit of a recap of, some updates on my life and what happened. So really the week, I feel that the week actually just started on the, on Wednesday, because Monday and Tuesday was completely and absolutely uneventful. It was just, hanging out, and actually my boyfriend worked from home on Monday. So, we got to hang out during his lunch hour, and then, when he was doing things that didn't require him to be like on a call or, very engrossed and stuff, I was just sitting right next to him, like chatting up a little bit and stuff. So that was really nice. On Tuesday, I don't really remember what happened Tuesday. I don't think anything necessarily relevant happened. I'm sorry. But the real thing came on Wednesday. Actually, on Wednesday, since, I am working on my own and independently, I was able to go visit my best friend, the one who had the baby. She had been telling me if I was going to be, like, if I was able to go, and work from home, from her home, just to keep her company, keep her and the baby company. And, even if I had wanted, it was a bit complicated for me because at the moment, the work that I was doing was very fast paced, and I didn't really have much time. I would have felt weird, having to do all that work while I was with her. But since my recent changes in my work life situation, I told her that I was going to be perfectly able to go. And I just had a really great time. She's kind of, we're in that phase. Well, I don't know if everybody has this type of phases, but with her, I'm in this friendship where we don't really need to be doing something like necessarily planned or over the top or any of that, simply because our friendship already goes beyond that. I don't have a very big circle of friends. I'm a very introverted person, and honestly my social battery is close to none. Like, is really, really low. I don't have much tolerance for social interactions. They, like, in person, they exhaust me a lot. Like, I love to interact with people, and that's something really interesting, that whenever I am interacting with people, like in the moment, 90% of the time I'm feeling okay. But then, like, and this really varies depending on the person, depending on the overall situation, depending on many factors. But then there comes a point where I'm just like, I can't. Like, I cannot even speak. I feel so kind of confused, and my brain feels like bleh all the time. So it's kind of tricky. I don't really know how else to explain it, but yeah, I'm an introvert through and through, even though I believe I'm good at social interactions. But I think it's just a matter of all the practice that I've had through life, pretty much. So yeah, basically what I mean is that we're in that phase of friendship where we don't really need to be doing something like extraordinary. We just, like, we are perfectly capable of just being in each other's company, each of us doing, our own thing. And yeah, but this time that I went, I was like, we were just talking and talking and, you know, just chatting away. And most of the time I was just with baby girl because did I already mention this? Yeah, I think I did. This is my friend who recently had her baby. Baby girl is almost 2 months now. Well, it's about a month and a half now. A month. Yeah, I would say a month and a half. And she's just precious. She is really, really just so adorable. She's so well behaved and she eats a lot. Like that thing is a very teeny tiny thing, but she eats like 3 people, I swear. But yeah, the majority of the day, I got there at, what time was it? I think it was close to, I think it was around 10 a.m. that I got to her house. And as I said, we pretty much just stayed talking and, you know, catching up on stuff and life for a couple of hours. And I gave baby food. One of the things that I love doing with like babies that are small is just kind of talking to them as if they were grown-ups, you know. And it's really interesting because I know that even though that at that stage they don't necessarily understand everything you're saying or almost none of what you're saying, they kind of like, if that's something that you do repeatedly for them and with them, it's known to help them to acquire language way quicker. And I got confirmed, like I got this kind of confirmed because I was, you know, just scrolling through my reels, and I saw like this account of a doctor that kind of does reactions of, you know, interactions with babies and parents and adults and all that. And she was just saying exactly that because it was a reel of this mom just like kind of chatting away with her baby, like letting her know like, oh, we're gonna do this and this today and blah blah blah, and daddy this and you that, and you know, talking to her, like narrating what the day was going to be like, you know, as if she was maybe like another friend or something. And I know, like I know that babies, as I said, that babies are not that, they cannot understand what you're saying at that stage, but they know language, like so it was kind of a reminder of that. So I had a really nice time with my best friend and her baby. I stayed with her until I want to say about 3:30, almost 4. And I didn't really plan like a time to go or anything, but around that time my boyfriend let me know that he was going to get up from work earlier, that you know, his pretty much boss told him that he could just leave early. And so he asked me if I was already at home or where I was. And I just, he told me like, oh, I can just, you know, go pick you up, because he kind of drives close to where I was located at that moment. So yeah, that was a very nice day that I got to spend with her. And I'm thinking about maybe this Wednesday going again, because it was her birthday yesterday. But you know, since the baby's still small and she's still not, you know, she had a complication during her pregnancy, and she's still kind of recovering from that. My other best friend, like the best friend that we both have in common, like our little group of 3, she was wondering if I was gonna be going to see her or, you know, something. And I told her like, you know what, she's right now with her closest family, like her husband, her mom, her parents-in-law. So I don't think it's best. Like, we also try to respect a lot, and we are very vocal about what our limits are regarding that. So we know that we already know her, and like we sent her a message, you know, a congratulating message. And we might go this Wednesday. I'm still not sure if we're going to, but we were talking about it the Saturday before, because her birthday was on Sunday. So we might. I still have not concreted any plans, but I think I'm gonna send her a message just when I finish recording this video, just to see if we're gonna go, you know, we're gonna end up going to my best friend's house just to visit her and the baby this coming Wednesday. But yeah, that was pretty much all that happened on Wednesday. I don't remember necessarily what else we did on Wednesday, or if we did anything at all on Wednesday. But yeah, that was basically it. And oh no, my screen goes black and I have like all my, what? I need to enter my password. Oh, I didn't have to, yay. Basically, I kind of write like a general idea of the topic that I want to be talking on my WIP and chats here on my computer. But I have like the screen in front of me, but since I'm not using the computer, it goes to sleep in about like 10 minutes or so. And I always forget. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Delicious. Oh, I love it. A little too hot still, but it's fine. So where was I? My best friend's baby. Oh, yes. Really, the rest of the week was pretty uneventful. I think one of the most eventful things that happened like during the week is that I was able to finish a physical book. I had this book that I got here in Mexico. I don't know if this happens everywhere, but here we have international book fairs, and sometimes international authors come from, other places in the world, also Mexican authors and, such and such. And here in my city, like there are a few cities where these international book fairs happen. And in my city, that's one of the places that it happens. So I've been going to these international book fairs for years now. This past 2 years, I believe that it's like a combination between my chronically ill body and also my introvertedness, and that I have been, that over the past few years my lifestyle has changed so much, with human interactions, that I honestly get so because that place fills up. That place is humongous, and I get so overwhelmed so quickly that I would be one of the people, like I was one of those people that got there and roamed for the entire thing for hours. And then I took another round trip for another couple of hours to kind of see what I was going to get, what I was going to buy. And then these past couple of years, I have not been able to do that. I was able to spend about 6-8 hours in that place, just seeing books and kind of thinking what I was going to get and all that, because it's kind of like a humongous, huge bookstore. It's just different vendors from different publishers and stuff bringing everything. And yeah, the thing is, the last time that I went was, when was this? Last year I didn't get any books, like no books at all. And the year before that, I got a couple of books. So I am not proud to say that I still have some books unread from a year and a half ago. I still have a couple, but these past few weeks, I've been able to tackle some of those. I was able to tackle two, one in Spanish and one in English. In Spanish, I don't know what the translation would be because I don't really know exactly even the correct and proper meaning of the title of the book, but it was a creepy book. It was kind of like a true crime type of book, kind of narrating the thoughts and actions of a PEDO, he abducted a child, and it was a journey to read through that. But the psychology behind what certain people do, what they do, it's really intriguing for me. So yeah, like I'm not interested in what they do, more like their thought processes and why they choose to do what they do. It's I really need to peek at their brains because I just don't get it, don't see it. I don't understand it whatsoever in the slightest. But yes, I read that. And I also read a book by Carly Fortune. She has another book that I already read, but I forgot the name. Oh, Every Summer After. And that was very popular. And when I bought it, I have not yet read it, but I already had it. Or had I already read it? I don't even remember. But I saw that and I got it. So yeah, a year and a half later, and I finally read it. And I thought it was going to take me ages because the very first physical book that I was able to finish so far in 2025 was a book that I started reading like 9 months ago or something. Like I was not able to keep my attention on the book for long periods of time, and that was really stressful for me, you know, for obvious reasons. And I was wondering if I was going to be able to, you know, to follow through it. And I did. Actually, I finished, I think I finished it in like 2 days. I think the first day I read about 100 pages. The next day I read another 80 or so. No, like, I don't even remember. And then I finished it in like about 2 to 3 days, you know, like 48 hours, but really 3 days, because I started, you know, it kind of bleeds into the next days. But yeah, so I was really, really excited. And since I was able to finish that physical book, I put on my big girl pants and decided that it was time for me to give a second try to Wind and Truth. Wind and Truth is the 5th book in the Lightbringer series from Brandon Sanderson. And there are a few reasons why I started it and then didn't keep reading it. The first one being, it's a massive book. Like, it's 1,300 pages, over 1,300 pages, to a girly who has not been able, like, who took 9 months to read a physical book that had like 350-ish pages. So I was kind of intimidated, really. It's a whole new thing when, you know, it's really interesting because I know that I have been able to read books that big before. It's just that since I have not done it in a while, kind of trying to tackle it again becomes like this task that seems so impossible to do. And also, well, one other of the reasons why I stopped reading it the first time around is because I thought that the next one was going to be coming out in like 3 years or something. And then Kate told me that no, that the next book is actually going to come out in like 6 years or even more time. So that was like, oh, and then I'm gonna, you know, and I'm sure Brandon Sanderson is going to keep releasing books that are in the Cosmere still, but it's not the same story, you know, it's not the same series. So I was really overwhelmed by that. So I kind of had this scarcity mindset where I was like, but if I finish this, what am I gonna have left? I have nothing left. But then I guess I have the books to reread them. You know, I have I would say around 6,000 pages to read and to prepare, you know, to last me for another 6 years if I decide, you know, when the sixth one comes out. I think that's the time where I'm gonna consider rereading all of the books. At least now, that's what I think. So yes, I'm gonna try to, at least for now, my plan is to read Wind and Truth. I was gonna say Wind and Storm. I don't know why, but if you are seeing, I moved to another section of the painting because I just want to use like these 2 colors until I am done with this too, like these 2 over here. So that's what I'll do. Why did I put this away when I was gonna be using the whatever? It's fine. So I don't want to push myself too much in reading that. I want to give myself time. There's no time limit to it, really. I just don't want to feel overwhelmed. Right now, I started it 2 nights ago. And the first, like, I started it on, like, at 11 or something p.m., like, late at night. And I only read, like, 30 pages until chapter... I couldn't tell you. And yesterday, I read another 40-something pages. So... as I said, I'm not forcing myself through it. I'm not pushing myself through it, but I want to read it physically because, you know, fantasy books like that, I really, really love to annotate them. And right now, I actually have 2 other books that are part of series that I really want to read that are also fantasies, but I am not allowing myself to get them, because I want to read them physically. I'm not allowed to get them until I finish Wind and Truth, and also until I finish the other 3 physical books that I have left on my, you know, physical small TBR. I don't have many, but typically the ones that I get are books that I buy in person, and the rest are just fantasies that I get from, you know, that I get from the internet. But yes, those are kind of like my plans. I would like to read maybe 50-ish pages every day, sort of, kind of. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's fine. As I said, I am in no rush to get through that. But yes, I am really, really happy about it. Now, on the weekend, something really interesting happened. Well, I wouldn't call it interesting. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But my sister, I have two sisters. One is 22. Is she 22? She's from 20. Yeah, she's 22 because she's from 2003. She's 22. She just turned 22. And she's about to graduate from architecture. She's going to become an architect. And like, I'm just so proud of her. Like, really. I didn't kind of have the time frame in my head on how she, like, when I graduated from school, like from med school, she had not even started, her degree. And now in a couple of months, she's going to be like officially an architect. And this past weekend, she had her pictures taken, like the graduation pictures. Here, I don't know, again, I don't know if this happens like everywhere or how it works elsewhere, but at least here for us, whenever you graduate, like a few months before, you get like the picture taken with all of your class, with the, how do you say toga? That black thing that you put on top and the little funny hat and stuff. You take a picture with that, and then your graduation is another day. It's basically just a protocol and, for you to look pretty. But I didn't know. And this Saturday, my mom, it was not my mom. It was actually my sister. And she asked me like, oh, are you going to come to see the pictures getting taken? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I remembered that she told me that she was going to have those pictures taken this Saturday in the morning. And the location is actually really, really close to where I live. So I live in a part of the city that is kind of widely known, like nationwide, because historic reasons and whatnot. And the pictures were going to be taken there. And it's really like, I would say about 5 or 6 blocks from my apartment. And so she called me around 10-ish a.m. and she was on her way. And my mom and my other sister were also on their way to with her. And yeah, I got there about at 11 something, or no, I think it was like around 12. And I cannot believe that my baby sister, a sister that I helped change her diapers when I was 9, like who allowed me to do that? But I was 9, she was a newborn. I took care of her. I fed her. I changed her diapers. I took care of her. Later, when I was already like a teenager and she was like 5 or 6, we showered together. It's really, really interesting. And also to think that almost 10 years ago, I took her to her first and so far only K-pop concert. Like, my mom allowed me to take her when she was 13 and I was 23 to Mexico City, which is crazy, is nuts, to go. Yeah, I took her to a concert. And as I said, the fact that was almost 10 years ago, because it was in 2017. Wait, what? Yes, it was in 2017. Oh my God, it's been 8 years. I cannot believe how time truly just passes you by and you don't even notice it. But I am so incredibly proud. She's such like what's the word that I'm looking for? She's been wanting to study that for the longest time, since she was very little. And she's really talented. Like, she's really patient and she's really dedicated, and she's really like, she likes kind of like the things to, she's very meticulous. That's the word that I was looking for. She's very meticulous and she's very careful when she's, doing her plans. And yeah, I'm just really, really proud. The party itself, because there's like this big graduation party, and the official ceremony is until July, I believe. I don't remember if at the end of July or at the beginning. I think it's more like towards the end of July. But yes, after that, she's gonna be part of the real world. Yep, yep. That's super interesting. But I'm really I'm not really kind of nervous or anxious for her. I know she feels different because, you know, she's the one who's graduating and she's the one going through all of these changes in her life. But for me, I know she's gonna make it. Like, she's just so smart and so dedicated, and she loves what she chose to do as a career. And I really don't let her know this, you know, what I think, because I don't want to put any extra pressure on her. Like, I am confident about her, but I don't want her to feel that I have these expectations about her, because I don't. It's not that I expect her to, you know, become the biggest thing ever. It's just that I trust her, you know. I have trust and confidence in her, but I try to help her through adulthood, because, you know, even though I have been an adult and I've graduated a few years ago and all that, but I think that role of big sister, and more when the gap is just so big, I really feel also proud of the fact that she comes to me for advice, and she comes to me to ask me stuff about, you know, adulthood and being a grown-up. And even though she knows that my situation has changed so much, and that sometimes is unstable, and that, you know, I feel really, really happy that she still sees in me her big sister, you know, someone to look up for. And I'm not really someone who cares a lot about what people think or what people say, but I always want my sisters to see me at least as a support, you know, for them to feel confident enough to know that if they fucked up, I'm gonna let them know, but I'm gonna be there for them forever, because I just love them so much. I oftentimes say that they were my first love, truly and honestly. Right now, I think that whenever you are in a like, when I have, what I sometimes try to explain to people is that my love for them has not changed. It just has evolved, and it has kind of transformed, because right now, you know, I have a partner, and he's a partner that I'm looking forward to spend the rest of my life with. I honestly feel that's our path, and my priorities have kind of changed and shifted. But at the end of the day, my sisters, my baby sisters, are still the very first love of my life. You know, and of course, I'm not talking about in a romantic way. I'm talking about this just humongous feeling of overwhelming love that I sometimes have for them. Yeah, they're definitely the first ones. But yeah, I'm just so proud. And I after she got her pictures taken, we went just to have some lunch all together. You know, it was nothing really fancy or anything. We literally went to a mall and went to a food court because we couldn't choose on what we wanted to have. Like, some of us wanted one thing, and other of us wanted another thing. So we really just wanted to spend some time together, and we just literally went to a food court at a mall. Is it a mall? I don't know if it's considered a mall here, but you know, it's kind of like the vibe that it gives me, that place that we went to. But yeah, for the rest of this Saturday, because that was on Saturday, for the rest of the Saturday, I really, nothing very eventful happened, really. I just came home, and as I said, I tried to record a WIP and, no, not the WIP and CHAT, the ASMR video, but it just didn't happen. It couldn't happen. Yeah. It's just the way it was. So this week there was no video for that. And it has been the first video that I have ever missed since I started posting videos over a year ago. So there you go. And I thought I was going to lose my mind over it, but I didn't. You know, I am trying to take things how they come and navigate everything as best as I can, without it stressing me or making me feel too overwhelmed. But yeah, This week's plans, I don't really have many plans for this week other than maybe recording a couple of videos, trying to get ahead again, because I like to have videos scheduled just when situations happen and I'm not able to do a video and stuff. I really like to have those as backups. So I think I'm gonna be trying to focus on that a little bit, at least a little bit for this week at least, and enjoy reading and, you know, making my best at my new life work balance situation. I have an idea about something new that I want to do, but I'm still not sure about it. I'm still toying with the idea of that, and it's something that it is also related to my hobbies. You know, now that I have more free time, but I don't know. I just started to think about it, and as I said, I'm toying with it. But yeah, I think that'll be it for today's video, for today's WIP and chat. I'm hoping that I am able to at least finish this whole section over on top, and crossing my fingers that I can do the kitty's face. But I'm not gonna push it. I'm just gonna work the best as I can, because I also have a lot of house chores to do. I'm trying to work my way into kind of do deep cleanings and stuff. I already did a deep cleaning on this bedroom that I'm in, which is like a second bedroom in our apartment. That is basically my little woman cave, if that's a thing, I don't know. And next up is our bedroom, and then maybe the kitchen. But still, those are hopes and dreams and things I want to accomplish. But again, slowly but surely, trying not to get myself overwhelmed. Understand that if there's a couple of times where I'm not able to complete everything that I wanted to complete during the day is fine, because I also need to listen to my body and let it rest and whatnot. But yeah, I already extended too much, and it was meant to be the end of the video right now. So let me know, guys, down below, what are you currently working on? And if you have anything exciting coming up this following week. And that'll be, as I said, everything from me for today. I hope that you keep having a fantastic, well, first off, I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, and that you keep having a fantastic rest of your week. And as I always say, don't forget to keep on diamond painting. Bye-bye.